What is up, you guys? Thanks so much for tuning in. Today, we are heading out on the lake with Tarah Mikacich. Tarah has had a long history in wake and in water sports in general. So I'm super pumped to get on the water with her and kind of just pick her brain of her past, her present, and where she's heading. Not only that, she's a Malibu team athlete. So we're going to kind of dive into the boat that she rides, how she sets it up. Let's go have some fun out there. We got a beautiful day ahead of us. Let's do it.
Well, sweet, Tarah. How's the preseason been? I know we've done like a couple trips together, but I don't know. How's it been?
It's been good. I really enjoyed the off season, just kind of taking a break and mentally getting away from wakeboarding. But like now that we're gearing up for it, like I don't know, I start to get excited about places that we're going and hanging out with the crew, and just like when we all travel as like a team, it's chaos, but it's always fun. Like it's already been chaos, but
no,
yeah,
it's so true because I saw you like that first day that we were traveling, and it was like, do I have everything? Like, how do I travel again? But then it's like, once you get that first one, it's like, all right, here we go, we're back.
Yeah, after you forget to bring swimsuits to a clinic or something stupid like that, then you're dialed.
Yeah, it sounded like you did the photo shoots. This kind of led into my first question of, well, the first one was, how long have you been water skiing for?
All the years. I learned when I was 3.
Okay,
so
yeah, well, like my guess was longer than I've been alive by a long shot.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, like probably double how long. No, I'm not that old, but it's been a long time.
No, that's so rad. And so, do you get out and slalom much, or do any like?
I don't. Just like I think of it as like my time on the water is precious, and so if it's a nice day and I've got time, like I want to wakeboard. I want to go do the thing that I do. I'm not gonna like go search out a ski boat and round up some equipment and make that the mission for the day. It just isn't. Like I did that for a time, and that's not what I do anymore. Mm-hmm. So no, I hadn't skied in a very long time until last week.
Nice.
We had the O'Brien photo shoot. So I wakeboarded, I wake surfed, I rode 2 different slalom skis and a trick ski.
The quadfecta. Hey.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to know that you still got that one up in the, up the sleeve, and you can pull that out whenever.
It kind of was. It fully was. They were like, they asked some other people to ski, and I was like, oh, cool. They like don't need me. Like I would do it, but and then it was kind of at the end. They were like, so do you want to go? And I was like, kind of. Like I mean, we're out here, like, and then yeah, it was super fun. And then I got spray leg, and like my shin was all like
Wait, you're talking about spray leg, like when you make it, like you turn too hard?
When you turn, and this side gets all like, I used to have a callus here. I don't anymore, so then it was bruised.
Dang, life of a water skier, things that a wakeboarder I think would never know about. So that's classic.
No, I mean, it's standard, right? Like your hands hurt. My hands didn't hurt. They're at least still tough.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's classic. And that's even funny too because, so I have to ask as well, how was it to be in H2O Extreme?
Oh
now, would you consider that a B-list movie? C-list?
Oh, I cannot believe you saw that. Where did you even find it?
Oh, I got it on DVD. I think it's autographed by like the cinematographer, whoever made it. Like, used to be tight with my dad or something. I don't know, but.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Meg did send me a screenshot. Yeah.
Wait, so okay, how was that, and when was that?
It was so long ago.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with like 2010 maybe. Was I blonde?
I don't think so. No, I don't.
Then maybe even earlier. Maybe
okay, yeah.
maybe like 2008.
Classic.
I'm gonna I'm like
awesome.
I have to go by like your hair.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I'm gonna go like maybe 08, 09 even, something like that. It was a long time ago, and somebody that we knew through skiing was kind of rounding up people, and
there it is.
And I got a part.
See, I'll try to find a link and see if I can drop it down below to.
Because I was like a commentator, right?
Yeah. Like, so classic. So that's awesome. And then, so obviously, water skiing as long as you've been alive. And how about wakeboarding? When did that come into the picture?
At the end of 2005.
Okay.
So I skied like through that whole season, and then just got kind of burned out, needed a break, and I was not, I don't think I was planning to start wakeboarding. Kobe and I had been dating probably like close to a year.
Sure.
And he had always been like, dude, if you wakeboarded, you know, like you can do all these flips and spins on a Trixie. Like if you wakeboarded, like it would just be awesome. And I never had because I don't know, I was focused, serious.
Totally.
And so when I decided to take a break, I was like, hey, you want to teach me to wakeboard? And so he did. We came out here on Lake Holden, over on that west shoreline, and just like went out. And I'd never watched anybody learn to wakeboard, so I didn't know the process. Like I had no idea what the routine was, like what's to be expected on your first day of wakeboarding.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I could have told you that for skiing,
Yeah.
but I didn't know. And so we went out here, like I'm sure short line, no wake, you know, all this stuff. And I did hillside wake to wakes and fell on some toe sides and then figured it out and did toe side wake to wakes. And you know, I don't know what else, like but I didn't know that was good. I didn't know that that was not normal for somebody's first ride.
Get up and go
wake to wake, hillside and toe side. And then within that first week, I, you know, did 180s, and then I did a couple inverts. I did toe side back roll and then hillside back roll, and then it was Surf Expo. That, like, at the end of 7 days, we went to Surf Expo, and Kobe couldn't keep his mouth shut, and he's telling everybody that I'm wakeboarding, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be shunned. I am gonna be shunned, and like everybody's gonna hate me, and which I did get some negative, but mostly people were super positive.
Yeah.
They were like, oh my gosh.
And this is from the wakeboard community?
Yeah. Even the brands that were like in both, they were like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
We've got like a marketing budget in wakeboarding. We would probably use you a lot more. And I was like,
huh.
And
who were you skiing for at the time?
D3.
Okay.
But then, yeah, people were just like, oh my gosh, we need more women in the sport, and like, you know, come by and sign a contract. Like, it didn't happen, but they were really great. And then other just wakeboarders, like even on the lake, they're like, oh, you ride now? Come ride with us. Whoa. And I was like, for real? They're like, yeah. You know, we're going out at 5. And they just come by and scoop me up in the boat. And I was like, this is amazing. I want to be part of the sport.
You know, that's hilarious, because my next question was, you know, how was that received from the wakeboard industry? Really, it was like, did you have to earn it? You know, did you kind of have to like earn your keep it, or like your place in it? But it sounds like it was just open arms, like, let's go.
People were really cool about it.
Yeah.
Really, obviously there was some like people that made sure I knew that like I couldn't look like I was skiing.
Sure. Cool.
And
cool.
Or they would try to relate, like they wouldn't know anything about slalom, and they'd tell me how it was like a slalom edge, and I was like, give me another analogy, because you don't know what you're talking about.
I also feel like we can't talk to you without talking about freedom a little bit, and kind of how long you've been coaching for too.
So 2007 was my first year riding pro, and I blew my first knee out at the end of that season.
Gotcha.
And so coming into 2008, I was, you know, rehabbing and not really riding, and so I started coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
nice.
My mind works that way. You know, like I did some coaching with skiing when I was a teenager, and like explaining the way things feel and how you think. That's how my brain works. And so I just started doing a bit of coaching then. So I've been coaching as like a major part of my career since the beginning. Yeah.
Cool. That's so rad. And I feel like the handle control, board control, all that stuff from water skiing to wakeboarding is transferable like 100%. And I mean, it absolutely shows. When we did the last rider experience and we're together hanging out, we're both on the boat, you're driving, and I'm just like, I'm just going to be a sponge right now. How can I soak up all this? It was really good. It was really like nice and insightful. And so I'm, you know, I can only put 2 and 2 together to imagine that's, you know, why the success of freedom has done what it's done. So I guess like congratulations. And I know you also like kind of passed it off as well. So how's that feel to just, I don't know, be kind of moving on almost?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy coaching. Like I hate to see somebody struggling.
Sure.
And knowing that like I have the information that can make them not struggle. Like I can't shut up. Like I'm like, hey, actually, we're gonna try it this way, you know. And they're like, who are you? And I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna help you. You know, like, so yeah, to have built something of value, you know, that has grown over the last 10 years. Like we did that because we cared, just because we wanted to be able to like share our like knowledge and expertise in the sport and make it so that other people enjoyed it more. That's, you know, people that are enthusiasts, that like, I love that. They come down and they want to soak up everything that you can tell them, and you're like, okay, let's go.
Like, I mean, man, we've covered water skiing, wakeboarding, and coaching and stuff, but, you know, we're here now. Like, what drives you to want to wakeboard still?
It's so deep.
It is.
It is. I mean, like, I just feel like I have great contentment over like the career that I've had, but I'm just not quite satisfied yet. If those two can exist at the same time, I just feel like there's more that I want to do, and that like when I ride and when I think about it, I'm like, ooh, like I could probably land this and I could do that, and going in a boat with friends that care, that are like watching and cheering you on, and you're like, hey, I bet if you did it this way, it would work. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna try that. Is the best part of wakeboarding.
Cool.
It's just
for sure.
And so I think that's what I kind of search after, is like people that are good vibes on a boat. That if you need help with something, I'm gonna say something. And if I'm struggling, I hope you would be like, move the handle and put the weight there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just still some gas in the tank and some things to do. So I hope and I strive that like when I'm getting older, that you got that fire still. So that's pretty cool. I think that's so rad, especially for water skiing your entire life. People come and go, but you're one of the ones that stuck around.
I'm
so
apparently
awesome.
a lifer.
Hey, yeah, no, but I love it.
The thing is that I didn't start wakeboarding when I was 3.
Touche.
You know, and so like I think it would be really different if I had already been wakeboarding for so long. Like I would probably have gotten a bit burned out like I did in skiing. And I loved skiing when I did it. But then like starting kind of fresh from wakeboarding, I feel like it like started the clock over.
Sure, yeah.
And so
that's a cool, yeah. I would say almost like foiling and cable and boat, the way I've been able to balance those, I can relate to that. You know what I mean? Of just, hey, what's new or what's fresh and what gives you a new feeling on the water and just reinvigorates you to like want to get out there. So that makes perfect sense. And obviously like going on the boat is a huge aspect of it, and you kind of wouldn't be able to do a lot of it without the boat. Obviously the cable's there, but all right, we're in a sick Malibu. Tell me about it. What's up with this thing?
Okay, this is my brand new 2023 Malibu 25 LSV. It is actually my 4th 25 LSV that I've had.
Right.
I love this boat. Like anytime they're like, oh, do you want to change it up? I'm like, no, thank you. I am so happy. Like my first Malibu was a 21.
Yep.
Then we had 22 MXZ. Then we went to a 23, and then we went to 25s. And I've noticed that as we've gone to longer boats, we've moved the weight farther back. We used to have to put extra weight in the nose. And then, maybe a 23, we put it here. And now pretty much all the extra weight is in the back. And it's just how they work. And the wake is clean, and it has a really nice long transition. And that's my favorite.
Boom.
Yeah.
I'm sold, yeah. Everything looks good. I was like, hey, what's the weight setup like? But I agree with you completely, and to hear it firsthand as well, of like when you're in this boat 24/7, that rear weight and some of these newer model Malibus, and even just like most boats in general kind of seem to like that. But the reassurance, and I'm sure we'll see what it looks like on display here in just a bit, so that's super rad. 25 LSV, 25, just, you pick that for any specific reason, just fit the people, or?
Yeah, I don't know. We had a 23 and I loved that boat.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. And then the 25 came out and it looked like a ship. It was like a yacht on the end of the dock, and you're just like.
And kind of how the 26 looks now too, almost like that thing is a lunker. Like,
and so we rode it, at the shoot one year, and it was just like the 23, but it just continued.
Sure.
And I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And that was one of the years that we had the Malibu Evolution Pro Series.
Mm-hmm.
And so they used the 25 at the last stop in Houston, and it was epic.
Nice.
And I podiumed, which was always good.
There
And I was like, I want that boat. This is the one I want.
Cool.
And so we've they've changed a little bit over the years, but I'm so happy with it. It's spacious.
Definitely.
And I mean, you throw a bunch of people and a bunch of gear in here, and you're just like
chilling.
Too easy.
Yep.
And
love it.
Yeah.
That's great. What speed and line length are you running on this thing?
I go on a 75-foot line, and I run at 22 flat.
Perfect.
Wedge on 3. There it is.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I feel like we've yapped enough.
Yeah.
Let's get you out there and shred. I'm excited to see this. Let's do it.
Fill her up.
got the crumb up. You got the crumb up is all I'm gonna say.
Oh, she was giving me trouble. Really giving me trouble.
Hey, but like back to the conversation of like what do you search for on the water, kind of, right? Like what brings you coming back? Like, I don't know, maybe that's some of it. Like,
Yeah, it's such a feeling, you know,
yeah.
like it's one of those things where like when it doesn't feel right going up the wake, or you don't have quite, you know, just like your rhythm, your timing, just it's so hard to explain. And like people can tell you you're going early or whatever, but you're like, it just doesn't feel right. Like, so then when it does, and you're like, all is right with the world.
There you go.
Yeah.
Love it. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, sweet, Tara. Super glad we got to sit down and talk. Thanks for having me out. Stoked on the clips, and
That was fun. Thank
see
you.
you next time. Yeah. Peace.